Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn history, today Persia, and after we've done it, we're going to do leg injury prevention training, and if you participate in leg injury prevention training, it's going to be August. With about 5 or so. And we're very short before we're making our presentation, but there are some things we have to have still in mind. Now the dates were 670, that was the first battle, that was the Medes together with the Babylonians against the Assyrians. That was with King SVXESDJG. Medes and Babylonians overthrow the Assyrians, and the two tribes were the Medes and the Persians. But the Medes made a team, made an allegiance with the Babylonians and threw out the Assyrians. But when were the Medes overthrown by the Persians? Cyrus II, 550. Then Darius was first ruled from 521 to 486, and these are the dates. And then we're having the important things to tell. These are 17,000 years ago, but also there were the Medes and the Persians in the region of today, Iran, the Iranian tribes, and that gives Iran the name. Iran is named after the Aryan people. Okay, and then we had Alexander the Great, that the Achaemenid family ruled the Persian Empire until its end through Alexander the Great, 330 before Christ. So Alexander the Great, 330 before Christ. Now the names. First were the Medes and Persians, the Aryan tribe, and then it was, the ruler of the Medes was Xerxes. Xerxes. The Medes had a ruler called Xerxes, and he made a team with the Babylonians and overthrew the Assyrians in 670 before Christ. Xerxes. And when we have the next name, Cyrus II, that it was the Persian king who went top of the Medes. And he was a grandson of the Medes, of the king of the Medes, SVXESDJG. There we have another name. Xerxes was the first name of the Medes, and the second name of the Medes which we have is SVXESDJG. When we have Cyrus II, he conquers Lydia and Babylonian. Then Alexander the Great, 330. When we have Darius I, also his name Shahanshah, king of kings. Satrapies and satraps, regions and the rulers of them. King's ears. Susa and Persepolis are cities. Susa and Persepolis. The priests known as Magus, plural Magie, word origin of magic. And one was called Zarathustra, and he was worshipping a single god, Ahura Mazda. Ahura Mazda. And his, I'm just saying his means his, so Zarathustra's evil's god enemy, was Angra Mainyu. Angra Mainyu. That is a complex name. I think we have it. Cyrus II. Xerxes was the one of the Medes, 670. Xerxes. What was the family called? Achaemenid. 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 SVXESDJG, Xerxes, Achaemenid, Ahura Mazda, and Angra Mainyu. 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 Let's try it. I will start the second camera. Persia. Persia was existing around 2,500 years ago in the region of today's Iran. So here's Europe, here's Asia, and here the Middle East of Iran. Now, there were two Iranian tribes, that is what Iran is named after. The Medes and the Persians. 17,000 years ago. 17,000 years started they to settle there. Now, in 670 before Christ, there was King Xerxes, and he made a team together with the Babylonians, and they overthrew the Assyrians. In 550 before Christ, the Medes themselves were overthrown by the Persians. and the Persians were ruled by Cyrus II, and he was the grandson himself of Medes king Astyages. And then the Persian Empire was ruled by the Achaemenid family until 330 before Christ, when it was overthrown by Alexander the Great. Now, Cyrus II, he built out this empire, and he established the Persian Empire. He overthrew or conquered Lydia and Babylonia with his horsemen and archers. Now and then there was the ruler under which the Persian Empire reached its greatest extent. That was Darius I. He was ruling from 521 until 486 before Christ. And while he was ruling, he introduced gold coins and silver coins, and also brought chicken to the Middle East. Now he had also the name Shah Han-Shad, which means King of Kings. And under his rule, the empire was split into 20 different regions called satrapi, and they were ruled by a satrap. And he built a road system, and he had people called king's ears, and they were traveling around the country to gather information and bring them back to him where trouble was happening or whatever. Now, and also cities and palaces were built during the time. For example, Susa, and then during Darius I's reign, there was then Persepolis built. And there are adorning and rich carvings at the walls of Persepolis and also at the palace itself in Persepolis. And there were people, singular is magus, plural magi, and priests. Of them was said that they had magic skills, and this is the origin of the word magic. So they were called magus, magi. They were priests, and it was said about them that they had magic skills. So that's the origin of the word magic. There was one priest, and he was unusually adorning or praying to just one god, Ahura Mazda, the god. And he had an evil god enemy that was Angra Mainyu, and the name of the priest we're talking about is Zarathustra. And that is according to Miles Kelly's World History, page 100 and 101. I think that is I'm going to stop saying that. And that was the history part to Persia. If you are here for history Persia, you can contribute to the next part of history. We will do another leg injury prevention training. If you stay and participate in the leg injury prevention training, then it's at your own risk. And we're starting with having one leg and the other flex foot and the swinging in the front and the side. And the other leg, swing in the front and to the side. And another leg in the front and the back. And the other leg in the front and the back. And now bring one leg up, pine pilcrow, breathe in. Bring out leg to the side. Leg in. Out into the middle. Down. Other leg up, breathe in. Out to the side. Again in. Out into the middle and down. And now the direction where leg up, breathe in. Hands out and bring the hands over to one side. Now over to the other side. To the middle, and now we confuse direction where the knee comes also over to one side. To the other side, which will be the other one. And now change both to the other side. And then the middle and the other leg up. Hands out and go with the hands over to one side first. And to the other side. Under the middle, and now both crossing the line of the body to the outside. Knee. And both to the outside. Middle and down. Now one leg up and first leg. And we're pressing the knee up to the side. And the other knee up and press with the knee up to the side. Have one again, and bring it in front to 12 o'clock, and 1.5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and back to 4.5, and completely back, go over with a knee a bit down, and now 9 o'clock, and now front left, 10.5, and to 9. Now we have a leg, and front to 12, over the middle line, and to 3 o'clock, and now you're from 10.5, and 9, now back 7.5, and back 6, also to the other side, 4.5, and 5. And now, one exercise, we can go a bit under the knee as well. Have one knee up, breathe in, and turn over to the side where the standing leg is. Then go down into the knee, turn over to the other side, come up again. And again. Good standing leg, turn over to the standing leg, go into the knee, turn over to the other side, come up again. Now with the other leg. Over to the leg, down into the knee, and over to the other side, up, down with that knee. Up again and turn over to the leg, go down, turn over, and up. And now we get one heel onto the ground, lift the heel off the ground and place it again off the ground. The whole movement comes about the back. And that was with the other and with the other leg, now the same thing. And that was it. And now the stem, leg up and down. Flex foot so that you don't have to touch the ground. And with the other. Now the hold. One leg up and bring it back. And up and back. And over the other leg. One leg in and out. Just stay on the bed. Now the camel. You can do the horse or the step if you like to. So the camel is a bit more complex, so now you come up and down the whole body. And now leg switch. And one last exercise you can do for the stand, the horse or the camel. Instead, one leg and bring it back. The standing leg is tall up. Try not to fall in the abdomen. The foot is flexed of the swinging leg. Therefore, the upper part of the body comes into normal down, which is swinging the leg comes up. And now, same with the other leg. Tall up with the standing leg. Try not to fall in the abdomen. Flexed foot is the swinging leg. The upper part of the body comes into normal down, which is swinging the leg comes up. And the last one. Now, and kick weiter. Legs wide apart and breathe in. And out. Out. And breathe in, close the legs. And breathe out. That was the leg injury prevention training. Thank you very much and next time.